Hey lovely, I hope you have been doing really well. Today I wanted to talk about the things that I'm working on during winter art. This is actually the first year that I've ever heard the last 3 months of the year called winter art. I don't know how long y'all been doing that, but I'm here for it. And I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers and TikTok girlies showing how they are planning their winter arc, and it inspired me to want to plan mine. Over the past couple of weeks, I have been thinking about what I want to do during the winter arc. Everything on my list was inspired by an Abraham Hicks video that I listened to. I think it was on my way to Pilates, 15-minute video, and it takes me 15 minutes to get there. I think it was Pilates. Anyway, and I'm super excited to share because I feel like these are going to shift everything for me. I feel like this is really necessary, and I was really proud of myself because I feel like this shows my improvement and my self-awareness. I have them down on my journal. Number 1, I'm going to be practicing the art of allowing. If you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, she is all about relax and allow. And I have been out of that mindset and been more in work as hard as possible, even if it's neglecting myself. And that is why I feel like this one's much needed for me, because I have been just pushing out as much as I can. And I do feel like, honestly, I got sick recently, if you can't tell by my voice. And I really believe it happened for a reason, because looking back, I was just doing too much. Yes, I want to practice allowing, more specifically, allowing life to ebb and flow. We all know this. Life is so unpredictable. Life will throw me a fast one, even though it did that yesterday, it did that last week. It's just going to do what it's going to do. And I want to be more allowing of that, accepting it for what it is, but also making it what I need it to be. For example, I am slowly accepting the fact that I'm going to be let go in the next couple of months, and it's going to be it's just going to change my life completely. I'm no longer going to have this job, and I'm actively looking, and I'm working on accepting the reality of this situation. No matter how hard this is for me, no matter what my plans were, this is what's happening, and I want to allow it. And then I'm also working on making it what I need it to be for me. So I'm switching my mindset to more of, well, this is a new challenge. My next opportunity is going to be exciting. The second thing that I'm working on is placing my efforts in raising my vibrations. This came specifically from that Abraham Hicks video. The lady that she was talking to, she was explaining how she is just efforting. She's putting in so much effort, and the universe is having to take a back seat because she wants to push her agenda versus what your divine timing and plan is. You want something and you want it now. I want to work on raising my vibrations and placing my effort there on a daily. I want to do this every day as consciously as I can. It's easy to get swept up through life's events or the day's events. I am going to be working on staying aware and conscious of how I feel vibrationally. I definitely can tell the difference when I'm on a low vibration or when I'm with people who are low vibrational. And I want this to be something that I am heavily determined to do this over the next 3 months so that it can start to become a bit more naturally. And the third thing that I'm working on during winter arc is detachment. And that is detachment from my desires, detachment from the outcomes that I want in my life, because I can't control everything. There is so much more in my life that I can't control, that I want to focus on the things that I can control so that I can remain calm, trust the process, and understand that I'm worth waiting for the entirety of my desires. I'm referring to settling. If you're settling, it means you have some of what you want, or maybe a watered down version of what you want, and you're accepting it because it's taking too long, or you don't think that you're going to get anything better. But the thing is, what is meant for you won't miss you. Just keep going. And that's why I'm working on detachment, so that I can be able to stay more general with my desires and understanding that as soon as I had that desire, my inner being was already connected with it. My inner being is already in line with that, and I just have to detach myself from needing it in my timing, how I want it to look. Number 4, I am going to be working on understanding that contrast is necessary. There is a lot of contrast in my life, and I'm sure there's a lot of contrast in your life. And instead of keeping score on all the things that are not working the way I want them to, or the people who are not acting the way that I want them to, as much as it bothers me, it is highly necessary. Contrast is everywhere. It is highly necessary to your growth, and it's also just inevitable in life. And so being able to come to terms with that is something that I want to really strengthen throughout over the next couple of months. Saying you wouldn't be able to fully appreciate your good days if you never experienced a bad day. That's very much true in every contrasting area that you see in your life. That applies very well. Understanding contrast is necessary is sort of healing my inner teen, because I struggled with this so bad. And that's because I used to place the blame from the contrast that I was experiencing on myself. But a lot of the contrast in my life during my teen years were just out of my control. But I put so much focus on it that I just forgot about all the things that I could control, and stayed stuck in that negative mindset of, why does everything have to be so difficult? But when you take a step back, not everything is difficult. If you're focusing on what's difficult, then you're going to see that. But if you're looking for the good in your life, then you're going to see that instead. I just decided to add a 5th thing that I wanted to work on, because I was looking at my list and I feel like this last thing is sort of an underlying thing that I'll be doing throughout the 4 things that I've just spoken about. And that is connecting to my inner being. This is straight from that Abraham Hicks video too. She explained the importance of being connected to your inner being, especially during the times where your reality is really tough. Because it's easy to get caught up in all of the noise and the contrast in your reality. And that's why I want to work on connecting to my inner being. I want to remember that I'm always in here, and that my inner being is always looking out for me, wants things that are in my best interest. And I feel like connecting to my inner being is just going to facilitate how I work on the other 4 things that I talked about. So I honestly had a really good time talking about this. Let me know in the comments what you are going to work on during the winter arc. And if this is the first time you're thinking about that, I love that for you. You are amazing. Love you. Bye.